Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into TIA Part 2 vlog series. For those of you who haven't seen my first video, this is the part 2 of my first video. The first video was an introductory one, but this is the part 2. Thank you again and welcome to part 2 on TIA. My name is Ada and I'm your host today. Today I did promise to take you down a little bit more about myself and my journey to being an unmarried parent. So today this topic is unmarried versus single moms. There's a clear-cut difference between unmarried parent and single mom. For me, I believe the difference lies in the stage and the state in which these group of women are in their lives. I personally like to be referred to as an unmarried mother, and I'll tell you the reason why. I think first of all it's more respectful, and I believe that it also reflects what stage of my life I am in at that moment, as opposed to being called a single mom. A single mom basically just means any woman who's got a child out of wedlock, and from my interpretation to that, that will be mainly in the areas of young girls, young women or younger women, women who are in the teens, 18, 19, 16, 20, 21, 22, you know, young girls, basically young girls. I think the term single moms is more, tends more towards that side of things. When you see a 19, 20, 21-year-old girl who's raising a child on her own, and you meet an older woman, a matured woman in her late 30s, you know, 40s, 50s, or even 60s, who's also raising a child on her own, I think it's a disservice to refer to both class of women as single moms. Grammatically, you know, descriptively, yeah, that's right, that's exactly what they're doing, raising the children on their own. But I think in terms of a deeper meaning and in terms of appreciation, I think referring to an older woman raising a child as an unmarried parent or an unmarried mother makes absolute sense. That's for me, and that's how I've chosen to label myself, and that's how I've chosen to introduce myself, and that's the way I'd like to be referred to as an unmarried parent. Right, that's enough clarity on that. A bit more also, you can consider the fact that when a woman in her late 40s, 30s, late 20s, or even 50s, 60s makes that decision to raise a child, you must remember that she's doing so either in the capacity of a mother from a broken relationship, or a mother from a failed marriage, or a mother who's going through loss, a loss of her partner, or a mother who's chosen to raise a child as a foster carer or as a guardian, or perhaps, you know, as an adopted mother. There are a variety of reasons why any woman who's matured will choose to become an unmarried mother or an unmarried parent. It's definitely not by accident, because in that state or at that age, women are more settled in their minds, women are more settled emotionally, women have a better grasp on what they want and how they want to lead their lives. So I feel it's more respectable to refer to such classes of women such as myself as unmarried mothers as opposed to single moms. So you get the 18, the 19-year-old, the 20-year-old, the 21 as single moms, and you get the older women such as myself and a host of other people in my age group or older as unmarried mothers or unmarried parents. I hope that draws a clear distinction. So I'm going to move on from there as to how and why I became an unmarried mother. First of all, I want to take you back to my first video. I told you there that I'm a Nigerian. I grew up in Nigeria. I was raised in Nigeria. I had all my early education and university in Nigeria. I was privately schooled. I went to very good schools, one of the best schools in that time in Nigeria. I went to schools with very important dignitaries, some of which you guys might know. So I had it all. I was clever at school. I excelled in my academics. I did everything. I ticked the boxes. I come from a religious background, a Catholic background. My parents were religious. We went to church every Sunday. They made sure we adhered to the tenements of the Catholic Church. We were raised as Catholics. All the boxes, literally all the boxes of raising a good child was ticked in my case. Now the question is, so how come I ended up, having children out of wedlock? Good question. Life throws you curved balls. Life throws you all sorts of balls. Your goal is to catch them. And your goal is to decide and choose what you can do with those balls. For me, I made some decisions in my lifetime growing up due to inexperience. Some of my decisions were made out of, being naive. And some of my experiences or decisions were made out of not, understanding the choices I had back then. There are a lot of women raising children on their own today who have made choices which otherwise they probably would not have made. There are a lot of women who have made choices and ended up with children because of those choices, and they're filled with regrets. They're filled with pain. They're filled with a sense of damage. Psychological damage, emotional damage. I get it. I understand where all that grief is coming from. I'll give you a better example. Sometime when you go to Nigeria, when you're in the midst of Nigerians or other Africans back in Nigeria, and even here in the United Kingdom, the sort of notions I get is, oh, she's unmarried and she's raising children by herself. I wonder what sort of person she is. Or I even hear people, stick their noses in the air at you, and they go things like, I wonder why the guy left her. What sort of a person is she? Maybe she's horrible, or maybe she's just changed so many partners and they've all run away from her. It's always maybe, 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 maybe. Stop, guys. Just stop. Everyone has a journey in life. Everyone is going through their different journeys. Everyone is at a different phase of their journeys in life. We as Nigerians, we're in the habit of judging. We're in the habit of passing judgments, labeling one another. We need to take a moment and stop. I was guilty of that. I know what I'm saying. I was guilty. I used to be like that. But I learned. I learned because I wanted to learn. I taught myself not to be that way. You can't judge a person without knowing them. You can't judge a person simply because you've seen their exterior circumstances or exterior situation. You've seen a woman with a child or children by herself, and you automatically assume she's promiscuous. You automatically assume the guy walked out on her. Supposing she walked out of the guy. Supposing she made that choice to leave the guy for whatever reasons best known to her. That's a possibility. So in our moments of passing judgments on others, we need to take a deep breath. We need to try and see things on a 360 degrees notion. We need to look at things objectively. Women raising children on their own, such as myself, go through a lot of challenges, a lot of struggles. It is a huge task to raise another human being. It is a huge task to bring up a child on your own. And my goodness, it is a big deal. It is a huge deal. Sometimes these women find themselves in that position either through to a decision they made through their own faults, and sometimes maybe not even their own faults. Maybe the decisions the man made or the father of the child or children made. There are a variety of reasons why a woman ends up being a lone parent, a single mom, or an unmarried parent, whatever terminology you choose to qualify that woman as. The bottom line is she's raising a child by herself in the absence of a father, a partner, a husband, and that absence could have come from so many other reasons. It could be due to a breakup of a relationship. It could be due to a loss. It could be due to a separation. It could be due to irreconcilable differences. There's 1,000,001 reasons why one of the partners is not in the picture. And I choose to say this because there are men raising children on their own as well. There are single fathers. I have met single fathers. I have met unmarried fathers who have custody of their children and who are raising children by themselves. And for those men, I commend them as well as the women who are doing equally the same tasks. Until you walk in the shoes of a mother or woman raising a child by herself, you have no right to judge. You have no right to label them. You have no right to assume that, oh, they're promiscuous. Oh, they've hopped from bed to bed. They've changed partners. You have no right to judge them or judge anyone for that matter. Life is a journey, and people are at different stages of their lives when we meet them. We don't know what stage those mothers are in. We don't know what battles, what wars, what struggles they've been through to get to that point where we've come in contact with them, either in friendship or in, social network, or just in the form of an acquaintance. People are at certain journeys of their lives, and I'd like us for a moment to remember that everybody you meet in life is at a certain moment of their journey. And this moment that they're in could take its toll. It might be someone who's just come out of a divorce and she's angry, she's bitter, she's, all sorts of emotions are going through her at that moment. It might be someone who has walked through the path of being on their own for such a long time, through a loss of a partner, death, and they're now healing and they're now trying to gather themselves together. That might be the point of their journey where you meet them, where you come in contact with them. Guys, today I just want us to take a breather. Take a deep breather and just remember, when you meet a mother or woman or lady raising a child on her own, such as myself, I'm not asking you for sympathy. I'm not asking you for pity. I want you to draw in your strength of understanding. I want you to realize what task that person is faced with. That person is raising a whole human being, a whole person like you and I, a person that will become an adult tomorrow, an adult that will be a quality human being. It takes a lot. It is a big, big task to raise any child until that child becomes an adult that displays great qualities, great traits. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job, similarly as our parents raised us to become who we are today and how we are today. It was a huge task behoved on our parents. Similarly, mothers who are raising children on their own are doing that alone, with no support from the fathers, with no support from the boyfriends. So I want you to remember this. Just as myself, I was raised properly. I was raised from a Catholic background. I went to school. I ticked all the boxes. I was not a promiscuous child. I was a very good student, a bright student. I excelled in everything I did, But I turned out to be that woman who's now raising a child on her own. And the question is, why? How did I turn out like this? Why am I living my worst nightmare? I never planned to raise children on my own. That was never part of the deal. I grew up imagining fantasies of, all right, I'm going to meet someone I like, I'm going to have children, I'm going to live in a big house, which is what every girl dreams about. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And that's what every parent desires for their children. But life throws curved balls at us. Life threw me curved balls. And I took my balls. I took it in my stride. And I made the best of my balls. Today, I'm here today because I didn't allow what life threw at me to get to me. Today, I'm here talking to you, sharing my experiences, my pain, my emotions, and my whatever it is I felt in the times I went through what I went through. I'm sharing them with you because I didn't let life swallow me up. Life is what it is. Life is here to test us. Life is here to make us stronger. Life is here to see what you're made of. Mothers who are raising children on their own, I want to enjoin you today. Do not feel bad. Do not feel like you've made a wrong decision. Do not feel like, oh, I wish I could go back into the past. No, your past is exactly where it should be, in the background, in the past. I want you to look forward. I want you to draw strength from that episode of your past. I want you to focus on your here and now. I went through a horrible relationship. I had a really nasty relationship. I invested time. I invested emotions. I invested dreams. I invested so much. But it turned out the way I didn't want it to. I'm here. I'm here, still standing. I didn't allow that one episode eat me up. I didn't allow that one episode take away the joy of living, the joy of raising my children. Yes, it's a struggle. Yes, it's hard raising 2 children, 1 child, 3 children, 4 children. I get it. It is a big task. It is a Herculean task. But you know what? The Lord who brings you to it will surely see you through it. Children are a gift. Some people are not able to bear children. Some people are paying heavily for not being able to birth children. And that's something we need to ponder. Some people dearly want to have children. So when we come across women who are raising children on their own, the last thing we should be doing is sneering at them, or trying to pass judgment, or trying to label them, or try to put the puzzles together as to, oh, how come she's not got a husband? Or how come the man left her? Oh, I wonder what sort of person she is. That's so wrong. That is not the sort of mentality we should have. Everyone has a journey in life. Everyone has to go through their journeys, their path, knowing or not knowing where it will lead them to. And it's on that notion I want to leave you guys with. I want to leave you today with the notion that we all are going through a journey. Life is a journey. Life is a journey, and life throws all sorts of curved balls at us. You could tick all the boxes. You can do it right. You could do it by the book. You could be that person who has never done wrong, and yet life throws something that you feel in your heart that you do not deserve. I want to encourage you today. Whatever life throws at you, either as a single parent, as an unmarried parent, as a single mother, as a single dad, as an unmarried father, I want you to pick yourself up. I want you to look beyond what is in front of you. I want you to remember that even though that incident is there, even though that block is there, even though what is happening right here, right now, there will be a tomorrow. What is happening today will become history soon. And you will be there to look back and say, my goodness, did I really go through that? I say the same thing today to myself. I look at where I've come from. I look at all my struggles. I look at all the pain and all the hate and all the, I won't take it, I can't take it, state of mind I was in. But I'm here today. I'm a better person. I can breathe. I have peace in me because I've not allowed whatever I went through to get the best of me. The best of you is yet to come. Don't allow your current situation rob you of that. I'll leave you with that message today, and I will see you guys next week with a very juicy subject. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Please remember to like my page. Remember to follow me on Twitter. And don't forget, guys, leave a comment. Leave your suggestions. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, just talk about it with me. Leave a message, leave a comment. And I promise I will, give you a response. I will try and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about to the best of my ability. Thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you on my next week vlog. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.